Coming up on Fulton Today, the new voting machines make their way to Fulton County. We'll give you a look and have details on the training for poll workers.
The adoption of the 2020 budget is now in the rearview mirror. I'm Brian Robinson, and I'll share how county commissioners and leaders plan on spending and saving your tax dollars.
And young homeless men and women are given access to many of the services that many people take for granted. That and much more starts right now on Fulton Today. Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. After much discussion, Fulton commissioners approved the new spending plan for the year. So what gets funded in 2020 and how will your tax dollars be used? FGTV's Brian Robinson joins us now to explain. Brian?
Shani, the budget discussion came very late in the day, and for the first time in years, the financial plan presented by the county manager was approved.
So this was before us at our last meeting. Motion was made to approve. It was a second substitute motion made to hold, which was adopted. It was held, so it's back before us now. What's before us at this point in time on the floor is a motion to approve.
After delaying a vote during their first January meeting, the Board of Commissioners once again tackled the 2020 budget during their second meeting of the year.
I do want to again remind you of the aspect of this budget compared to where we were 5 years ago.
The county manager presented the plan again with an emphasis on the strategy of how he and his finance team got here. The $1.2 billion budget contains a general fund of over $782 million.
What we did with this budget, to remind you again, is give attention to decisions that you had already made. So resources were allocated where you as a board had already decided to do certain things.
The budget includes an increase in funding for programs that address behavioral health and health issues. Also, significantly more funds were allocated to the Department of Registration and Elections to pay for the state's new voting machines. And with seniors remaining a priority for the county, the Department of Senior Services will receive nearly $250,000 more this year.
And at the end of the day, this money is not ours. It's up to us to spend it as best as we see fit for the good of the folks that need it the most, whoever that may be.
The county's IT infrastructure is also receiving extra funding, including dollars to help prevent cyber attacks.
I don't like the fact that we happen to be in the position to where we need to act more aggressively in that area. But I personally feel like that if we don't, we would be breaching our duty to the citizens.
A number of departments will receive extra finances so that the county can continue to achieve the customer satisfaction rate goals set each year.
I think you could go across the board here and see an increase in just about every department. So I would say Fulton County does have a heart. In fact, Fulton County has a big heart. And Fulton County works very hard to serve the needs of our citizens, and I think the budget reflects that.
And the motion passes, 4 yeas, 3 nays.
Now the full budget is available online at the county's website for residents to view. The start of the budget is retroactive from January 1st. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Brian Robinson.
Thank you very much, Brian. Meanwhile, after months of preparing, the state's new voting machines have been delivered to Fulton County. The new machines arrived at the county's elections warehouse as staff with the Department of Registration and Elections watched on. The department received nearly 3,300 touchscreens, 300 ballot scanners, and 663 check-in tablets.
All of the equipment is in. Then from there, we will be waiting for all of our carriers to come in. Once those carriers come in, we will place all of the ballot marking devices and printers, UPSs, which are the uninterruptible power supplies. All of those will go into the carriers. And then from there, we'll be able to test we'll be able to do our logic and accuracy testing in the carriers. We will also then close those up, seal them. We'll be able to deliver from them, and there'll also be voting stations. So once they're out at the precincts, we will open up wings on all of them, and then the voters will be able to vote from those carriers. And then from there, they'll be closed up on election night and brought back to the warehouse.
Fulton County is one of 2,600 Georgia voting precincts receiving the new voting machines. Fulton voters will get to use them for the first time during the March presidential primary. As that election inches closer, Fulton's Registration and Elections team is reminding all voters to make sure that their voter registration information is up to date before February 24th. Now, for more information on the new voting machines and the voter registration, just log on to fultonelections.com. The Superior Court of Fulton County and the Atlanta Judicial Circuit, well, they have a new chief judge. The Honorable Chris S. Brasher was named to the position by his colleagues, replacing the Honorable Robert McBurney after 2 years of service. The new chief judge is joining us now. Your Honor, welcome to Fulton Today.
Hi, Shania. Thanks for having me.
Well, sir, tell everybody what really it means for you to be named as the chief judge of Fulton County and the Atlanta Judicial Circuit.
Well, I'm very gratified by the confidence that my colleagues have placed in me to elect me chief judge. I've raised my family here. My wife and I, who have been married for 30 years, have made our family in Fulton County and raised our kids here. It's important to me to be able to give back to the community in this fashion. I've been on the bench for 14 years now. It's my opportunity to help move our court forward. So I'm looking forward to the opportunities that being chief presents.
And sir, for those who aren't familiar, can you share the responsibilities of a chief judge?
The chief judge of the Superior Court of Fulton County is the chief judicial officer in the county. In addition to that, we're also the chief administrative judge for the district that encompasses Fulton County. As the chief judge of the Superior Court, I'll be responsible for coordinating all the administrative functions of the court, coordinating with the county regarding finances, regarding space, other issues that we have. And also on a state level, I'll be responsible for representing our court and the citizens of Fulton County on the Judicial Council and on the Council of Superior Court Judges.
And now, Your Honor, let's switch and talk about maybe the plans that you hope to initiate in your new position.
My hope is to continue with the great legacy of moving our court forward, programs such as enhancing our employees' ability to earn a decent wage, to allow our court to make great strides in technology, and to continue to be a leader in piloting programs that can help all over the state.
And Judge, what can people expect when they come into your courtroom?
One of the ways in which I've always approached the courtroom is to remind myself before I go in that the courtroom is not mine. The courtroom doesn't belong to the judges, it doesn't belong to the lawyers, it belongs to the people. I'm entrusted with the job of providing a fair forum in which disputes are heard. So what I hope people will find is that they'll find a judge who is interested in being fair, listening to what both sides have to say, following the law, and making a decision based on that.
And Your Honor, your final thoughts?
I'd like to reiterate my gratitude to my colleagues for the trust they've placed in me. I also pledge to the community that I'll continue to serve, as I have for the last 14 years, with diligence and with professionalism and collegiality. Thank you again.
Well, Judge Brasher, great information. Congratulations again on being named Chief Judge. We are again happy to have you.
Thank you again for having me.
Well, Fulton County State Court has joined the Metro Atlanta Business Care Division. Now, the Business Care Division provides timely and just resolution of complex commercial and business cases filed in Fulton Superior, Fulton State, Gwinnett Superior, and Gwinnett State Courts. More than 500 businesses have chosen the Business Case Division to resolve their cases due to the amount of expert judicial attention available. Now, while the division strives to rule on motions within 30 days of the motion being filed, the average time for resolution in 2018 was about 17 days. That short turnaround period is possible due to cases not being scheduled behind criminal and civil cases. Fulton County inmates get job training in the culinary business for life on the outside.
We'll let you come back to help us, but we don't want you to come back to stay here.
Sheriff Ted Jackson and his staff congratulated the latest graduates of the Culinary Arts program held inside the kitchen at the Fulton's main jail. During this graduation ceremony, the participants received their certificates and treated Sheriff and the staff to a meal that they created. The long-running program teaches the inmates practical skills for when they are released.
Once it started, we saw that it changed attitudes, and you could see people in the program coming together as a family and learning a skill and getting a certificate and what we saw was an opportunity for them to change their lives, and once they're released, get a job and not have to come back. And the program actually works.
The 3-month-long culinary arts program teaches participants basic kitchen skills like proper food prep, nutrition, and sanitation. Class instructors also teach work ethic, something these inmates were missing before arriving to the Rice Street facility.
I learned how to work well with others because I'm really a solo individual. But I learned how to articulate myself better. I learned how to cook stuff that I didn't know how to cook. I learned how to take advice from other people instead of just being my own man, thinking it my way or the highway.
The chief and the sheriff don't believe it, just lock them up. We want to teach them have some skill. When they leave here, they can be productive citizens.
Only inmates who have committed non-violent crimes are allowed to participate in this program. Sheriff Jackson is a strong advocate for training inmates for vocations along with providing educational and counseling opportunities. Way to go, guys. And still to come, senior sitter participants get fit in a fun way. We'll explain. Stay with us. Fulton County professionals reach out to homeless young adults to get them access to services that many of them really needed. FGTV's Melissa Lewis has a story.
In a park filled with boxes, clothes, and supplies, it was called an SOS. SOS stands for Street Outreach Services, provided by the Fulton County Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Disabilities and its community partners.
What we recognize is that even though the county has fully supported the department to target homeless outreach, it's going to take a village to make this happen successfully.
According to the Covenant House, an organization dedicated to assisting homeless youth, there are more than 3,300 homeless youth in the Atlanta Fulton County community. Covenant House, along with dozens of other partners, including AmeriGroup and Youth Spark, helped to provide housing and medical assessments, along with food and clothes.
I'm a formerly homeless person, and I actually started my own organization about 8 years ago called the Justice for All Coalition. I've been a person that helped homeless people get off the streets, get them into treatment, detox. We do HIV testing for free. Everything that we do on the streets is for free.
30% of young people aging out of the foster care system find themselves homeless in 6 months and within 72 hours of being on the streets. A homeless youth is often approached for sex. Fulton's behavioral health team wanted to get that population access to services on this day and beyond.
Not only are we giving out things, but we're also connecting them to services, and that's the most important part, because we want to make sure that we're tracking everyone who comes in and engage in this event, that we track them afterwards.
Track them afterwards in hopes of providing them long-term solutions so that living on the streets won't become a long-term problem.
I think these kind of events should boost the morale of the homeless, and it should be done at least, I would say at least once a month, if not more.
And that is exactly what organizers hope to do. Reporting for FGTV, I'm Melissa Lewis.
Thank you very much, Melissa. The American Red Cross is hoping that February will bring significantly more donors into their doors following a critical blood shortage in January. Fulton County government routinely hosts quarterly blood drives at various county facilities each year. However, the Red Cross techs say there is a need right now for all blood types. By the third week in January, there was less than a 3-day blood supply here locally. Now, while all blood types are needed, techs say type O is needed most. O positive can donate to all positive types. O negative is considered a universal blood type and is what is used in patient emergencies and procedures when the patient's blood type is not readily known. Fulton County will serve as a blood donation site in 2020.
We strongly encourage our employees here at the Government Center and local residents to mark their calendars for the first quarterly blood drive of 2020. That will happen on March 5th, and the blood drive is from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. in the atrium.
And To donate blood sooner, you can visit the various Red Cross centers in the county. Just get details at redcrossblood.org. Fulton seniors make good on their promise to stay active in 2020, and some have found a fun yet competitive way to work out. Check this out. This friendly Wii Bowling competition at the Helene S. Mills multi-purpose facility. The activity allows seniors of all ages and abilities to get in some good exercise.
The center has really done so much for me. I am 84 pounds lighter than what I was a year ago.
Well, it's good for their balance because they have to maneuver their body and balance, rolling the ball, coordinating finger coordination with using the tool for the Wii game, and balance and coordination.
Though the Wii Fitness games have options for all fitness levels, geriatric medicine specialists say most seniors can do a little of something. Here are some tips. Start slow, because regardless of age, it is easy for anyone to get carried away by the excitement of starting a new exercise program. They add to do that activity at least every day, and by all means, stretch before and after. To see all of Fulton's senior activities, you can visit the county website or just call the Star Line. And up next on Fulton Today, using art to relieve stress and anger issues. Stay with us. The Fulton Films team and the City of East Point team up to inform residents on how they can help create the next Oscar-nominated film in their own backyard. Both hosted the Filming 101 networking and film information and listening session inside the East Point City Hall Annex building. This is the second time the Fulton Films division has partnered with the City of East Point to host the event.
This is really a gold mine. I learned that a lot of newer movies were shot here, a lot of older movies, sitcoms, and you just be amazed of what goes on at your footsteps. So, got a lot of good information.
Filming 101 provided residents, business owners, and film industry partners the opportunity to learn about filming processes in East Point. Property owners also learned how to post their property as a potential location for filming.
It's pretty informative. I think I will be back every quarter. I live in East Point, so it's well needed. The city is growing, and we need these kind of outlets for professionalism.
Now, Filming 101 occurs on a quarterly basis and is free to attend. To learn more about the sessions, just log on to eastpointcity.org. Meanwhile, we want to congratulate the Fulton Films partners at the Amazing Stories Foundation for a successful season 1 for the Film and TV Apprentice program. Fulton Films, along with the county's economic development team at Select Fulton, entered into an agreement with the Urban League and the foundation. Residents from Fulton County cities got on-the-job film training in 2019, and 7 of them landed jobs in the industry here in Atlanta this year. We're very excited about that. And finally, female inmates at the Union City Jail are given the chance to show off their creativity. Staff with the Fulton County Library System brought their 3D ink pens to the jail for an afternoon art session. The special ink pens heats down plastic so that the users can draw and create whatever they like.
We really enjoy coming to the jail, and we've also had a lot of impact in terms of getting people to read more, getting them to be able to use technology in a way that they're not able to.
Jail staff say exposing the women to the 3D pens and artistic programs is a great way for the inmates to express themselves non-verbally, relieve stress, and handle anger issues.
And the counselors stated that after this class, they appear to be more calm, and they communicate effectively, and they also do not have a lot of disturbances within the pods, such as fighting, stealing, horse playing. So it's a great stress reliever, and it decreases depression.
While we were doing it, it actually took my mind from being institutionalized. It took me to a different place, a place of relaxation.
I wasn't thinking about anything but actually what I was doing. You know, it was real soothing, relaxing.
Fulton County Library staff make visits like this to the women's and men's jails on a monthly basis. The goal is to help the inmates increase their literacy and technology knowledge. And before we go, our reminder that FGTV wants to connect with you online. Be sure to follow FGTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for up-to-date Fulton County news. And you can watch a replay of this show or any other FGTV program anytime on our YouTube channel. So do us a favor and please subscribe. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. Thank you so much for watching. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.